So, as you all probably know by now, I'm Dutch. I'm a Dutch fella. I grew up Dutch. And, of course, because I grew up Dutch, I didn't watch in my childhood. I didn't watch people like didnt, uh, Captain Sparkles, those people, those iconic Minecraft YouTubers or iconic English YouTubers, because I couldn't understand them. The only English YouTuber I really watched when I was a kid was Stampy, and that's because Die Hard, shout out to Die Hard, like showed him to me, and then I watched him, but I watched him for the images because I never understand what he said because I didn't speak English. Um, so I That's the only English YouTuber I really watch. But because, of course, I am Dutch, I used to watch Dutch YouTubers. And you would have a part, the Dutch YouTube part, and I would really just watch a lot of those YouTubers, those iconic people that none of you know, but if you're Dutch, obviously you'll know them, like Milan Knol, Jeremy Vriezer, Link Tiger, Joost Bouwhof, those people I watched to death. And there's two really important people in there which I really watched. Of course, you had your iconic Dagelijks HD, which is no longer Dagelijks HD. You had your you had Ronald Fledder, which I would watch every single day. If I came out of school, I would watch that. If I had a weekend, I would watch that. If I Every single day I would watch Ronald Fledder, because who also known as het Game Portal, which I already watched him in that time period before he changed his name to Ronald Fledder on YouTube, or just Ronald. I don't even know. And another one, which I still watch to this day, is Vilbo. Vilbo is kind of the friend of Ronald, and Vilbo is, in my opinion, one of the only YouTubers from YouTube, like Dutch YouTube, that I still can bear to watch. Because the thing about Dutch YouTube is, my iconic people where I grew up with, which I watched, died. Like on YouTube, they died. Their their channel went downhill, and either they stopped uploading that much, or they're now doing bullshit I do not really like watching, or they're too childish for me at least. I mean, it's their career and they can do whatever the fuck they want with it. But for me, it's then too childish and I don't really like watching it. Like, like Ronald, I loved him as a kid, but then as soon as I grew up more, his editing style was like in your face, just.
Laten we naar het einde toe gaan. Hey, jullie gaan ook eentjes dood. Zo, jij mag sterven. En jij mag sterven. Nou, dit is echt easy. Oh god. Wij zullen hier niet meer sterven. Spring hier overheen. Nou, wat willen jullie doen? Mij doodmaken?
And that made me really not like it as much anymore. And as more as I grew up and learned English, the more I went to English YouTubers. But Dutch YouTube in the Netherlands, Dutch YouTube has, I think, died. It is on its lowest placement right now. It's dead. It's just dead. It's like in the ground. And why that is has probably a lot of reasons, and it's because children don't watch Dutch YouTubers anymore. I think that children now start with Coco Melon and that kind of shit, where they are already English and then move on to more English stuff. I think children learn English sooner now than they used to do, which made Dutch YouTubers kind of go downhill. People moved on, and the people that used to watch them now also learned English and went to other YouTubers or didn't agree with the content that they were making. Like, I want to take, for example, Game Meneer. Game Meneer which in English means Game Mister, yeah, made fire videos. Still does to this day. I've watched some of his videos, um, but his views have been getting lesser and lesser for a channel with 1 million subscribers. His viewers, his everything is going downhill, and that's just because people, I feel like, are moving away from the Dutch YouTube system, and I think Dutch YouTubers are gonna die out just very soon. Of course, you're always gonna keep some Dutch YouTubers, but being a Dutch YouTuber, it's extremely difficult to get an audience because you speak a language only about, from the 8 billion people we have on this planet, about like, let's say 20 million, maybe a bit more. Yeah, but it's a bit more. Like 30 to 50, 30 to 50 in that range million people speak. You're not gonna get a big audience if you're going on Dutch YouTube. And I feel like that's why people are either quitting Dutch YouTube or never starting Dutch YouTube to begin with. That's why I didn't start Dutch YouTube, because I've already. English YouTube is already difficult enough. And if you're Dutch and you go make Dutch content, it's gotta be even more difficult because you need to find an audience. And for Dutch YouTube, an audience will always be smaller children. And especially now. Because the older people, like the adults and like me, we watch English. I would never go on YouTube and search Dutch YouTubers. I always watch English. I watch some Dutch YouTubers, but that's because I've watched them since I was a child. And I feel like if we as children in the Netherlands already know full English, we're not gonna watch Dutch YouTubers anymore. We're gonna watch English YouTubers because there's way more English YouTubers than Dutch YouTubers. So the Dutch YouTube will die down. And for that, I want to take some examples. So here we have Gemeneer, who has 1.18 million subs. For a Dutch YouTuber, for what? For a Dutch YouTuber, that's insane. So we're gonna look at his videos, and in one day, his Jurassic Park video got 17k views and 95k, 65k, 25k, 36k, 77k. These are all from the last 2 weeks. And if we then go to the oldest, I mean most popular, his diss track has which he made about another Dutch YouTuber, Milan Knol, which I also talked about a little bit, has 9.6 million. If you look at the videos that he made, all of them are at least 6 years old. And most of them are even older than that. Like, all those videos are older. All the videos that are doing with like 1 million views are mostly older. There's some there that aren't that old, like 4 or 3 years ago. But most of them are at least 6 to 10 years old. Which you can see how YouTube, the Dutch YouTube is changing. Dutch YouTube is changing rapidly. If I will take, I can take so many examples for that. If you go to Ronald, his views would have changed a lot, I think. I remember watching him in the time, he would at least get 200,000 subs in 1 to 2 years. Now I think he has been on 900,000 subs for at least 2 years. You can see how he's growing less. You see how everyone's growing less. And you can have countless YouTubers that are growing less because of it. And I feel like one doesn't deserve that. Maybe a bit more. They all don't deserve it. But one in particular makes such quality content that I feel like they deserve so many more subs. I really think that this YouTuber makes, in this time period, the most quality content that any of these YouTubers do. Because if you look at gaming here, he does gaming video. Ooh, he does gaming videos for an hour. Reaction content, gaming, reaction, gaming, and yeah, that's fine if that's your expertise. You can do that. I do gaming. I do reaction. Well, not as much. I mostly do talking about random shit. But if that's where your thing is, you can do that. I'm not judging, and his videos are fine. Don't mind his videos. If we now look at my favorite Dutch YouTuber at this point, Wilbo is one of my favorite YouTubers at this point because he makes some of the most quality content that on the Dutch YouTube than anyone right now. Um, so yeah, I mean I have 75 subs, but still a shout out to him. I know none of you can watch him because he's Dutch, but I I would really, even though you're not Dutch, I would recommend you checking out his like film reviews, Dutch film reviews, because they're so funny and so good. And I know you're not Dutch, but there's probably some subtitles. You can turn on subtitles. You can see it. And in the worst case, I will translate them all to English. You will watch those videos.
Peter krijgt ook weer een opdracht en hij moet een random guy gaan volgen in zijn dino-pak. Maar helaas, net als met de fiets, hoort de man er gewoon bij. Dus zo spannend is het niet. En het is maar goed ook dat de man erbij hoort, want ze roepen hem ook echt. Ze gaan echt zo van, is dat hem?
Dichterbij, dichterbij, dichterbij.
Hem daar?
Hé, ik denk dat het die man is die daar loopt. Ik denk dat hij het is. Je moet hem volgen, denk ik. Oké, dan blijf ik hem volgen. Ja, hij stopt nu zijn telefoon weg in zijn broekzak. Die gast, die moet je hebben. Volg hem de hele tijd. Ik denk dat dat hem is. Zal hij even in de war zijn en geen idee hebben wat er aan de hand is?
But yeah, he actually made such good quality content. Like his film reviews of Dutch films were so good. I watched every single one of them, and I still enjoy those to this day. If Wilbo uploads, I enjoy watching it. I don't get bombarded by edits. I don't fall asleep because the topic they're talking about is very boring. No, it's fun. It's fun to watch. It brings you back to what you used to watch as a kid. And that's what he does really well. I really wanted to name that in this video because I feel like Wilbo's style of content making is really funny because he does like sketches in a long-term video. He does sketches in a video that he reviews something at. And I have tried this in the past. I've tried doing sketches. If you go back to my video about, I don't even know what it was about, but I think it was the G&G 100 like 100 subscriber video. I began the video with a sketch because I get inspired by these. I get inspired by sketches. My entire Wrath of Editor Ruben, that kind of thing, is a sketch. It's a long sketch, but it's a sketch because I like doing sketches. And people like Wilbo inspired me to do sketches. And when he said that he was going to dial down his YouTube because it's not doing good enough for him to actually get enough money to, breathe, it made me sad. It did. It really did make me sad because he was like one of the only people that I enjoyed watching every Saturday, where I would wake up, look at his video, be like, yes, I'm gonna check that out. And that made me very happy. And I am still really saddened that he doesn't earn enough that he could say, yes, I could do this for the rest of my life. I can do this and I can make videos. But he has to get another job, which respect that he does that, by the way. Like, respect that he admits that it's not going to work out and he's going to do another job. And yeah, I think it's really good and I'm glad that he's having fun. But I really want to say that, yeah, he inspired me, and seeing that wasn't really, yeah, it hurt me well, it hurt me, but it also made me feel happy for him that he still could do a job and just earn good money and doesn't have to worry about if he can get through the month. That is good, and I'm so happy that he is now doing that. But yeah, I'm gonna miss watching his videos every Saturday. Of course, he's gonna upload still. He still uploads, but just in a less less frequency. But every video he's gonna upload, I am going to watch.
Lolman vraagt, wat vind jij van React content? Ik vind React content lui.
Okay, that was a bit of a draw from what I was talking about, which was Dutch YouTube. You have more examples of this, like another very popular Dutch YouTuber right now, or Dutch YouTubers, are the bunk sitters, which I dislike them. I don't like watching those people. They remind me of the people I would used to be in class with, like, you know, those popular annoying kids that you don't want to hang out with. They reminded me of them. And every time I watch their videos, I'm like, just please stay 20 feet away from me. I don't want you here.
You better watch it. You better watch it.
They're really popular though, and people really love them, especially little kids. Like, I see kids of like 8 years old come up to me and be like, "Oh my god, do you know bug sitters?" I'm like, dude, those people fucking curse the shit out of everything. It's like, I can show you a little clip and I'll translate it and you'll see how much they curse. It just...
Dan de Stiekenen. Oh mijn god. Allemaal kutkinderen die dus ja, wonen ook. Oké, dit...
What a video, and how much editing it is, and how annoying. I think it's annoying to watch. I really don't like it. And a better example of this was Dagelijks HD / later on they did another kind of Dagelijks HD, and it was the Muckers, which I did really like. I really liked watching Dagelijks HD, and later on the Muckers. I really liked that. But they stopped they stopped doing Muckers, and they stopped doing Dagelijks HD. Dagelijks HD, I still don't know why. They just stopped one day, and now he has his own channel. Okay, I'm here to explain Dagelijks HD a little tiny bit better. So, Dagelijks HD was a group of YouTubers, including Milan Knol, Jamie Vriezer, Linktiger, and Gameneer. It was those main 4 people on that channel, and they would call themselves Dagelijks HD. Later on, they split for some reason, I don't know, which I was referring to there. And yeah, so it was a group. So that is clear. The main guy has his own channel called Milan Knol, which Milan Knol also was a big guy from the past. He was a big YouTuber. And of course, I didn't name a bunch of Dutch YouTube legends like Dylan Hagens and So Knol, which is the brother of Milan Knol. There were some good ones. There's still some good ones, but I feel like Dutch YouTube is slowly but steadily dying. It's dying. It's really going downhill. And I think in most scenarios that's sad, because I grew up watching these people. It's like kind of you guys seeing MatPat retire and Tom Scott and those people. Like, MatPat did kind of affect me because I watched MatPat, but I didn't watch MatPat until I was like 14, 15 years old. And for me, seeing those YouTubers retire, go away, it's the same as seeing Captain Sparkles going away. It hurts. You see your childhood move on. You see how you grow up, and you think back of the times where I would watch Dagelijks HD when I got home. I would watch Ronald when I go home. I would watch those people when I go home. I would watch those people. And I do miss that. some of my content, like most of my content, is based on people, English but also Dutch, and mostly Wilbo. If I could ever make content as good as Wilbo, I think I would have made it. If I would get as popular as that and 2 sketches, I think I would have made it.
Oh, it is me, the shadows of your past.
Dude, this is not the time for a sketch. I am doing a video.
It is always a good time for a sketch.
What do you mean it's the... No! Listen, we're not doing this today. I'm sick of this bullshit. We are not doing this. I am going to not accept this.
Well, you're gonna need to accept it because I have something important to show you.
Listen, brother. I don't know who the fuck you are, or what the fuck you want, but I'm making a beautiful video here about Dutch YouTubers. And you're not one of them. So get the fuck out. I'm not in the mood for you.
Are you sure I'm not one of them? Maybe you're forgetting one important Dutch YouTuber.
What do you mean I forgot to talk about one important one?
I really think you should mention this one.
What do you mean I should really mention them? Who?
How about yourself, Ruben, from the past?
No,
Oh,
we're not
yes.
going back to that time. No,
I'm gonna show 'em.
don't show them that
Show 'em.
editor. I don't even think those videos exist anymore. No, we're not gonna do that. No, please, no.
Lol, 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 je moeder, je moeder.
I'm a 17-year-old doing this in front of the camera. Fucking damn.